Well, hello, Color Me Bad Nation. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Color Me Bad Lynn, welcoming you to the fabulous world of all things beauty. If this is your first time meeting me, welcome. I tried to fix the lighting where you wouldn't be able to see my halo in my glasses, but you know, there's no better way to just get in there and get it done than just to do it, right? So if this is your first time ever meeting me, hello, greetings and salutations. I am Color Me Bad Lynn, at least that's what I go by over here on these YouTube streets. Fabulous, fine, and sophisticated. To give you a little bit of a brief scenario of who I am and what we do over here on my channel, it's real simple. We keep it real simple. I talk mainly about the fragrances that are in my collection. I talk about all things beauty, natural skincare, a little bit about makeup. We talk about hair, love, relationships, romance, a little bit about dating, family issues, and faith. And if you have any suggestions for our channel, make sure you comment below. You're also welcome to send me an email to Dear Color Me. I have a couple of Dear Color Me recordings that I'm very, very hesitant about uploading, but I do have 2 recorded and answered questions, and so I'm excited about uploading those within the next couple weeks or so. So if those are topics that you are interested in, please continue to watch. Alright, so let's get into it. I have a couple of fragrances, celebrity fragrances that are absolutely amazingly gorgeous, that I love, that I think are beautiful and perfect for bedtime fragrances and just knocking around the house and running errands as well. As I've shared on many recordings prior to this one, I love Beast Mode Mama Girl fragrances. You know, I like those fragrances that make a statement for me without me saying a word. But these are absolutely gorgeous, and I thought I would come on and share them. So the first one up is a frag from Paris Hilton, and it is totally slithing, darling. I hope that my halo doesn't distract you guys, but I had to put my glasses on so I don't get none on me. All right, so this is Gold Rush by Paris Hilton. I love the bottle. I have a couple of her fragrances with the same silhouette, and I absolutely adore them. They're kind of Jean-Paul Gaultier-ish. All right, so this is Gold Rush by Paris Hilton. It is for women. Totally surprised, totally shocked. Beautiful performance. But let's get into the main course. Again, this is Paris Hilton Gold Rush. It is sweet. It's vanilla, it's lactonic, it's powdery, and it's nutty, and absolutely gorgeous. Perfect, like I said, for a bedtime scent. If you're looking for something really light and sweet to carry you through your day, you know, it's a little bit too sexy for a work scent. Depending on how close you are to your co-workers, you don't want to have on something that's a little too sexy, depending on what you do for a living. But this is gorgeous. Again, Gold Rush by Paris Hilton is a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance for women. Gold Rush was launched back in 2016, so she's been around for a while. This is really good. Your top notes of this are nectarine, lemon, and bergamot. Of course, you're going to hear that word bergamot, which is an Italian lime. It is in a lot of fragrances nowadays. Your middle notes, are what I love to call your hard notes, is orchid, rose petals. You all know I'm on a rose kick right now, and I can't be stopped. Also violets. I love my violet and iris notes in fragrances. Your base note is praline, vanilla, and cashmere wood. So if you were looking for a really silky, sweet, fruity, gourmand fragrance for women that is extremely affordable, I highly recommend you getting your nose on this and possibly adding this to your collection. This is a celebrity fragrance that's been around for a while, so you can definitely find this for an extremely affordable price. Okay, next up on the list is another Paris Hilton fragrance that I've yet to come on and share my thoughts about. Again, this is another absolutely gorgeous fragrance for around the house, a bedtime scent. You could wear this out. You could wear this as kind of like an after 5 fragrance, and you definitely could enjoy. This one is Platinum Rush. I love this bottle. Isn't that pretty? And all of them have the same silhouette. I'm coming to find out that all of the fragrances under this original flanker are absolutely gorgeous. I kind of let these fragrances go because back in the day when they first came out, I couldn't wear those fragrances like Can and all of those. They just didn't smell good on me. But they have come a long way with these. Are absolutely gorgeous. They're not new fragrances, but they're a little bit newer to my collection. They're less than a year old. I absolutely love these. And the ones that I'm sharing today, I haven't worn yet. But these are beautiful, beautiful bedtime fragrances, especially on a cooler day, like the weather we're having here where I live. It's a little bit cooler and rainier. Perfect for that type of weather. This is so good, you guys. Let me get into the notes or main accords of this particular fragrance so that if you don't have this in your collection, or if you do, you can revisit this girl. She is beautiful. This one is Platinum Rush by Paris Hilton for women. Of course, anyone who wants to wear this fragrance absolutely can. The main accords of this one is fruity. It is aquatic, which I absolutely appreciate and love. I love my aquatic fragrances. Sweet, it's fresh, it's tropical. It has a musk component to it. It's a little bit green and it is floral, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I sprayed a little bit of this one on along with the Gold Rush earlier just to kind of catch the vibe for these because, like I said, I have yet to wear these. But from the smell of them, they are beautiful, beautiful fragrances, either for layering components or, like I said, bedtime fragrances, and just kind of knocking around the house. And you can wear these out as well. It depends on your particular body chemistry and how long these types of fragrances last on your body. For me, these are fragrances that I would use maybe for running an errand, where I'm not going to be gone for maybe more than an hour and a half to 2 hours. But I definitely use these types of fragrances for layering components and definitely for bedtime fragrances. All right. So again, Platinum Rush by Paris Hilton is a fragrance for women. Platinum Rush was launched in 2018. So this is one of the newer flankers of the original fragrance that she came out with. The notes behind this fragrance is Frank Volke. Thank you, Frank. Your top notes are mango, pear, and red apple. So there's your tropical. Your middle notes are what I love to call your heart notes or watery notes, which I love. It doesn't water down the fragrance, but it definitely gives you that aquatic scent that you're looking for in fragrances if you like those types of fragrances, and I absolutely love aquatics. You got your green accord, magnolia, lily of the valley, which I absolutely love. My lily of the valley, it's one of my favorite white florals. You got floral notes. They don't mention what they are, but I'm willing to bet there's a little touch of rose in this. Your base notes are cashmere musk, amber, and patchouli. And you know, if you know anything about me, you know that I love amber and I love my fragrances with the patchouli notes in them. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the prettiest sweet bedtime fragrances that I have in my collection. I'm really glad that I indulged and added this to my collection. When I got this, I probably didn't get this for a whole lot. You know, you can find these celebrity fragrances depending on the name of them and how long they've been out for very, very affordable prices. And this one was one of those. Definitely worth at least double what they're charging for this fragrance. I have to say that. It smells a lot better than a lot of fragrances I have in my collection that are way up there in price. And that's why I love coming on and talking about these types of fragrances, because you don't always have to spend an arm and a leg to smell good. All right, and last but not least on the list of my top 3 picks of celebrity fragrances that I have yet to wear is a fragrance from Kim Kardashian. You know, I love collecting her fragrances. I really do. I'm still a Kanye fan. Anybody that knows me knows I love Ye all day. So, anywho, I wanted to come on and share this fragrance because, again, I've yet to wear this, but I love the way it smells. I sprayed this on a while ago to kind of get the vibe for it so that I would be able to share with you guys my thoughts about this fragrance. I've come on and shared one of the flankers to this fragrance before, which is the honey, which I really enjoyed this winter. I wore it a couple times, and I really love wearing really sweet, heavy aldehydic fragrances in the winter months. They just work really beautifully with my body chemistry, whether they're extremely affordable or if they are inexpensive. If it's decent quality or good quality and it works well with me, I'll rock with it. And this is a really, really gorgeous scent. I'm really, really impressed with the quality of this fragrance. For the price that you would find this, if you look up and find this fragrance, you're in for a treat. So let me share that particular bottle with you. It is shaped exactly like the honey fragrance bottle. It's got fingerprints on it because I sprayed this on earlier. So let me wipe her off a little bit. This is the bottle here. So you can kind of see that there. And let's get into the notes of this bad girl. I want to show you guys first the spray out on this. This is really, really a beautiful scent. It really is. It's different. It's a little bit dark, but it's not too dark. For those of you guys who don't like dark fragrances, I love a dark, sweet fragrance, so it doesn't bother me the least bit. And I love variety in my collection. Because I just don't wear the same fragrances every single day. Unless it is something that I'm really in love with at the time, I kind of move my fragrances around a little bit so that I'm allowed to enjoy, you know, and then when you revisit them again, it's just like your first time ever enjoying the fragrance. So let's get into it. All right, True Reflection, Kim Kardashian for women, of course. Anyone who wants to wear this fragrance absolutely can. Your main, of course, of this fragrance is fruity. It is woody. It's sweet. It's got your patchouli. It's floral. It's white floral. It's powdery. It's lactonic. I love a lactonic note in my fragrance. I love the creaminess of it all. It's just something about the creaminess of fragrances that really work well with my body chemistry. Again, powdery. I love a powdery dry down. It is warm, spicy, so this will be something that you would probably want to wear in your cooler months. But for me, I wear fragrances like this all year around. I really do. I just wear whatever I want whenever I feel like it and have a taste for it. And then it's earthy. So if you're not in love with earthiness of fragrances, you'll find a lot of her darker fragrances, Kim Kardashian's, that are really, really earthy. And when I say earthy, they are really earthy. I have a collection of her Jeff Leatham collection, and one of them is extremely earthy. It almost smells like, I don't know if you know the scent of digging up dirt, that moist smell that you get after it's really been rainy outside and you go outside in your yard and you get that scent from the soil. It almost gives off that scent. Patchouli tends to do that. And so if you don't like those types of fragrances, you're not going to care for this all that much because it gives a little bit of that vibe. I particularly love patchouli. I love an earthy note in my fragrances. And so this is a beautiful combination of sweet. It's almost, you can almost call this a sweet and savory fragrance. You get your fruity, you get your woods, you get your floral, you get your lactonic. It gives you a little bit of everything. It's kind of like what you would call a full meal deal of a fragrance. So let's go ahead and get into some of the notes that they provide for us and information about this fragrance. So you'll gain an idea of what's in it just in case you don't have this in your collection and you've been thinking about adding this one to your collection just for fun. This one again is True Reflection by Kim Kardashian. It is a floral fruity fragrance. Definitely that. They should have called this dark and floral fruity because it's really dark. I'll show you the spray out on it if I haven't already done that. It's not bad. Yeah, it definitely has a darkness to it, like a really earthy scent to it. Some people wouldn't be able to handle this scent. It kind of gives off the vibe of the original OG from YSL Opium. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but it's in that category of family. Some people can't take that opium scent. It makes them a little bit nauseated because of that lactonic Yeah, so it's one of those fragrances. This is hit or miss for a lot of people. For those who are real frag heads and you love all types of fragrances, you're not real picky about your perfumes because you love to explore scent, you would like this, okay? This is for a fragrance lover. I'm going to be honest with you. This will take an extreme acquired taste. Like I said, this is something that I wouldn't say, yeah, girl, everybody's going to love this, because they're not. They're not. This is something for somebody who just loves perfume. You got everything you can think of in your collection, from clean and fresh, light and soapy, to dark, deep, and dingy. Sexy, sophisticated, sweet, fruity, floral, gourmand, tasting like Thanksgiving dessert. This is something that you would enjoy because you love variety in your collection. But for someone who just has certain types of taste and fragrances that have, 20 or less fragrances in their collection, meaning that they just have a certain type or category of fragrances that they enjoy and love, this wouldn't be for you unless you like these types of fragrances. True Reflection was launched in 2012. The nose behind this is Caroline Sabas. Thank you, Caroline. She is the nose behind a lot of fragrances in my collection. She is. Top notes are plum. Now, I've shared before that I am not a plum girl. I love the plum note in a male fragrance. That's what makes this fragrance borderline unisex. A man can definitely wear this and rock the stew out of this. It is that nice. It's extremely universal. It does lean a little bit more on the feminine side, but with the testosterone coming from a man, your fragrance and colognes are going to switch up on you and smell totally different on you than they would on a female. So I could definitely see a man enjoying this. Again, your top notes are plum, peach, and bergamot. Okay, your middle notes are what I love to call your heart notes, are orchid, gardenia, and lotus. So the lotus is the beginning point of your darkness. It tends to give you a really, really earthy component to your fragrances. Anything with lotus in it, if it's combined with a patchouli and a woodsy note, you're going to get that deep, deep, dark, seductive scent that is not for everybody. You've also this is heavy on the patchouli. So if you don't like patchouli, you're not going to like this. And it has woody notes and it's slightly musky. So if this is something that you're interested in, I highly recommend adding this to your collection. But I would recommend putting your nose on this if you're not really broad in your fragrance selection and choices, because you will get your hands on this and sniff it and will not like it at all. It's not that expensive, so you won't be upset at purchasing this, but you will end up giving it away, or it'll just end up collecting dust on your fragrance tray or your vanity, because this takes an acquired taste. But I want to step out and say that if you like Opium by YSL, you'll enjoy this. It doesn't smell just like it. It's not a duplicate for it, but it is in that same category, that same family. It's lactonic. It's a little dingy. It's warm, spicy, but it's not as warm, spicy as Opium. I would even layer this with my Opium and see what it does. And I'm going to do that and come on and tell you guys what I came up with. But I'm willing to bet that those two together will be absolutely amazing. Now, we know Opium, the original Opium YSL, doesn't need any help whatsoever. You don't even have to moisturize with that fragrance and it'll stick with you. But I would love to layer this with that and find out what type of a beautiful combo I would come up with. But I definitely recommend that if you love patchouli, if you like patchouli, a lot of patchouli, if you like plum notes, if you like a creamy lactonic fragrance that's warm, spicy, and really, really earthy, get you some. I highly recommend that.